What is going on, Pokemon trainers? Welcome to episode 228 of Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. Of course, my name is Blaze, and today I'm going to get right into some more battles here because I don't have anything really specific to go over, Pokemon related. And the cards for the new Burning Shadows set are not like super easy to find right now, so we're going to save that for when it's closer to release. But as of right now, let's go ahead and get into the matches here. This is the Machampion deck that I'll be using today. It's the deck of the month. I haven't made any like real adjustments to it, but I also haven't really got a whole bunch of cards from Burning Shadows that would be perfect in this deck, so I haven't had a chance to really fine-tune this deck or make it that much better. But it's not done bad. It's actually at a 38 of, or 34 of 78 win rating. I think that's what it's at right now. And that's not too bad. It's better than what I usually have. It's actually 40 of 78, so it's not too bad at all. I think that as time continues to go, as long as I'm over 50%, I'm in good shape. And right now, I am just over 50%. So as long as I can get a couple of good matches here, a couple of good victories, then I will be in good shape. So I want to thank you for tuning in today. I do videos every Monday through Friday on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. I'd love for you to come back and check in on me with some future decks. Every month I specialize in one deck. I build a deck and I use that deck for the entire month. So this month is this deck, and last month was a very difficult to use deck that didn't have a 50% win rating. I didn't make it, but and I shoot for 50%. Just so you know, I shoot for 50% only because I have like a curse when it comes to win percentage. No matter what I'm doing or what I'm playing, I almost always end up with a 50% win rating. And in this game, I'm only able to use the cards that I currently have. I could trade for them. I could try to get them in packs, or I could trade for them. And I might trade for a Carbink here soon because I think it's time to add another Carbink to this deck. And it's probably time to go ahead and take out these oh my gosh, I finally got one, wow. But it's also finally time to take out these Talonflame because they're really not doing me much good. I'd like to have another Pokemon that takes energy cards from the discard pile and attaches them to a Pokemon. Carbink does that really well. But I've got so many cards to get me the cards that I need, so I don't necessarily need to have Talonflame. I don't know how this is going to work. No clue. No clue whatsoever. I might be able to get the 120 damage going, which would be perfect. I could start doing 120 damage right away. My opponent, Phantump, is weak to fire, so that's a little scary. Crushing Hammer, ooh, I knew it was going to work. Something told me that it definitely would work. Confuser would be bad, but I'm not too concerned about this Pokemon anymore. It can get KO'd and it doesn't matter. What I really need is to shuffle my hand into my deck and draw some new cards, or even discard my hand as well. That would be fine. And I need to go ahead and bring Zygarde out. Let's go ahead and fill my bench up. One of the ways that I lose quickly in this game is that I don't have a full bench. That's one of the easiest ways for me to lose because my bench is not full. And I put this card in there, the Stadium card, so I can go ahead and grab a new fighting Pokemon every turn, throw it on my bench, and then get it going. Uh-oh. That's 90 damage. Oh, and it's also a grass type. That's awful. He definitely needs to use a Lysander, which he's not going to be able to use now. So this Zygarde's going to come out and clean up after he KOs the Machop here. That's a little unfortunate that my Stadium card is now gone. A little bad. Not the worst thing that's happened to me yet. Now he knows what's in my hand. That's probably the biggest downside right now. But it's fine. Oh, cool. Exactly what I was looking for. Need the energy right here. We'll use in to get a new hand so I can probably get some better stuff. Carbink Break. Perfect. Perfect. Next turn I'll have some options. So that's cool. And 120 damage will be the KO here, and then my opponent is forced to bring this Yungoos up. Which will be bad, except for Yungoos is weak to fighting types. Even the evolution, Gumshoos is weak to fighting types, and I don't think Gumshoos could really KO this Zygarde right now at this point in the game. Not on the first hit. Yeah, 100 damage would be a lot, but still needs double colorless energy, and also needs to use like well, oh, never mind, 160. That is, no, okay. Well played, good sir. That's okay though, because we are going to be able to get all of the energy that we need back onto this Pokemon. Let's go back for the Stadium card, which I can't get right now. Let's go back for a Nest Ball. How about that? Nest Ball will get me a Zygarde. Right here for Diamond Gift, 40 damage, but also 2 energy cards attached to my benched Pokemon. So while that Zygarde being KO'd was kind of bad, it's not the end of the world. I was totally wrong about my opponent being able to KO that Zygarde, but that's okay. He can still KO this Carbink, which is kind of bad. But not the end of the world. I expect this Carbink to get KO'd because it literally had one function, and that function was to get energy back onto Zygarde quickly, and it served its purpose. So I'm okay with it getting KO'd. This deck doesn't use any EX or GX Pokemon, and the main reason for that is I don't want to give up any prize cards, so that's why it doesn't use them. If I can avoid giving up extra prize cards, I want to do that at all costs. I'm not really sure what's going on here. He can't even attack me right now. I just realized that. So Carbink gets to stay alive. That's awesome. Is that? Yeah, it's 100. So right here, just gonna straight up retreat. I'm going to grab a nest ball. Might be good. Let's get a Machop in play here. I might need Machamp to come out at some point. Not yet, but I might. And Geostrike for 240 damage, 280 because of the extra strong energy. 2 prize cards, and my opponent is in a very sticky situation right now. I commend my opponent for not loading up their deck with GX and EX Pokemon. It's a decent deck, for sure. But I'm not sure how... I'm going to KO that Tauros on the next turn. Bottom line, I got to get rid of it. Because it can deal a ton of damage, I don't want it to. So Tauros is going to have to get KO'd. Ooh. Oh, I should have known that was going to happen. Should have known. Alright, well, we got to get this Machamp powered up if we can. Or something. Maybe I have another... A rare candy would be great right here. That's not going to work, though. Let's see what Pokemon I get from here. I don't really have a lot of options. I guess Carbink. Oh, I messed that up. Totally messed that up. Wow. I can't believe I just did that. Let's just switch him out, I guess. I made a huge mistake right there. I should have attached right here. Totally messed that up. So, that's fine. This Pokemon has a 2 retreat cost, so if he wants to retreat, it's going to be expensive. And he may not be able to do it this turn anyway, unless he has a switch. So there's that. Energy Recycler lets him get a special energy into his... Or 3 energy into his hand, or into his deck. From the discard pile, a new hand would probably do me pretty well right here. Switch. Makes sense. And KO on that switch. And I can't really get any more basics out anyway, so there's that. So Carbink's going out. I can switch him out to Machop if I need to. Hopefully I'll get Machamp out. Nope, not yet. So we're going to have to take a huge risk here and just go with it. I don't think it's going to work out for me. This is probably going to be a bad match. It was close, and it still could happen, but I don't think it's going to. We'll see. See how it goes. Lysander? In. Okay. That works. Just remember that depending on what cards I get, I can still get a Machamp, and I can still end this game. Ooh. The weakness? Oh, no trainer cards in my hand. That's cool. I survived an extra turn. I'm just going to go here. I'm going to use in. Still not the cards I'm looking for. So this one might come in handy next, but it probably won't. I'm going to use this just so I don't have any trainer cards in my hand for this next turn. Not that it really matters, but if he decides he wants to use Lysander for here, it's only going to deal about 60 damage. Yeah, but that's still going to be enough for the KO, so let's see how this plays out. Carbink's probably going to be dead. He should know by now that I'm trying to do something with this Machop. That obviously I'm not attaching 4 energy to Machop for no reason. There has to be a reason, and that reason has to be Machamp. So, that has to be the thought process here on my opponent's side, is why am I attaching so much energy to this Machop? So here we go. It's do or die time right here. If I can just get the KO right here, I'll be okay. Which means Machamp has to come out, which means I have to get a Machamp in my hand, which means I shouldn't have a hard time doing that. But I got to get Machamp. My opponent is taking forever to draw a prize card. There we go. Let's get some extra cards out here. Draw until you have 5 cards. Oh my gosh. That did not work. Not at all. Wow. Well, I guess that's the end of the game. Well, it was a good match. It could have gone either way. It could have been good for me. It could have been much better, but it is what it is. No worries there. My opponent's going to do 60 damage to me, securing the KO and getting the last remaining prize card. We'll move on to the next match here in just a second, and today I'm going to try to open up a Guardians Rising booster pack if I can just get enough coins to do it. So I had the Machamp in my hand at a couple of different moments in that match, but it did not end up working out, and that's super unfortunate. But oh well. You guys have seen me lose quite often in this game, and I try not to dwell on the losses, because the losses, it's very easy to dwell on the losses, and if you do that, it's just going to be a lot harder to move on in the future. Best thing you can do is just pick yourself up, try and make some adjustments to your deck, and realize what you need. Try to figure out what you need in most situations, and try and figure out what you don't need as far as what cards are not coming in handy. I'll say that Trainer's Mail is probably not the most handy card that I've been getting. I'll probably end up taking it out for maybe a Professor Sycamore or possibly a something else. I don't know. Okay. Here is a Trubbish. I've seen a lot of Trubbish decks that utilize the discard pile and how many trainer cards you have in your discard pile, so that could be something my opponent decides he wants to do. This one seems like it's going to be more built around the other ability, which is ignore all abilities of Pokemon in play. Don't want to use that yet, so we're going to go done. Ooh, Professor Sycamore. Get rid of all my cards. I've debated the usefulness of Trainer's Mail on my channel multiple times, and I think that in a lot of decks it does work, and in many decks it is a good, viable option to get a card out of your deck. But there's so many cases where I've tried using it and it doesn't get the card that I need or any card that's useful. And there's other options that would have been able to help me get the card that I need. So that's kind of where I am with it. It's not a bad card, and it's a very good card if you are gosh. 70 damage. I need some Pokemon, so right now, I don't really have a choice. I have to get something going. Sycamore's got to come out. Which might be a good thing because I don't really have a whole lot of cards left in my deck here now that I've used Sycamore. Try to get this Zygarde powered up. Here's 80 damage. My opponent, of course, will KO this Carbink. Something I need to keep in mind now is that my opponent only has 2 cards in his hand. So, there is that. There is that. Gosh, this is awful. 110 damage on the Rage. I can deal 100, which is not enough for the KO. This one's probably going to be a loss also, but I think only because I didn't get the cards I was looking for. I literally have nothing right now. I wonder if using that attack was the right thing to do. Probably was not. I can't do anything. Doesn't matter what I do, he's going to KO this Pokemon, that's it. So, 100 damage. Oh, 60. Oh, I guess it is 60. It's 50. It's 30 times 2. He can't retreat, but doesn't matter. Good game. Well played. Oh well. I probably should not have attacked with that Carbink. That was a hard lesson to learn. I had to learn it the hard way, but he would have done 60 KOing the Carbink, then I could have put the other Carbink up. 60 there, which would not have KO'd that Carbink. And then I could have been powering up the Zygarde that whole time. So it would have been much, much better to not use Carbink's 40 damage attack. Looking back, it's 20/20. Hindsight's 20/20, so you can see everything that you should have done. Would it have made all the difference in the world? It might have. It might have won me the game by not attacking on that one turn. So that one turn where I attacked for 40 damage was probably the biggest mistake that I made. Huge, huge mistake. Okay. This could be good. We'll see how this works out. Starting with the Machop, because Machop can deal 30 damage, and it might be enough to KO this Pokemon depending on what it is. Would be nice to get a quick KO. That'd be super nice to get a quick KO. Oh, never mind. It's okay though, because he's an EX and Carbink don't play that. So he can get the KO here, that's fine. I don't even mind. See what we got here for, let's do that. Stadium card, yes. Now we can get another Pokemon on the bench. I'm going to go with another Carbink. I'm going to try to get Carbink Breakout. I won't use him this turn, because I can't. But I want to have him ready, just in case. And the next turn we'll do that. Photon Wave for 30 damage would be 60 in this case, because of the weakness on Machop. Not enough for the KO, but it would reduce damage by 30 damage on the next turn. So. Oh, never mind. Because the Fighting Fury Belt. If you were wondering why he got KO'd. Fighting Fury Belt added 10, but in this case added 20. So let's go ahead and shuffle. Get some new cards out here. Ooh. This is not bad. Let's get a powerful Pokemon down there. Maybe try to get it powered up so it can take some stuff out. Well, not yet. I might want to just attach right here. That's 100 damage if I can attach right there. It's craziness. Power Gem, 80 damage. My opponent needs a Hex Maniac or some Pokemon to take off the Safeguard ability. Without any kind of trainer or supporter card to do that, this Pokemon is probably going to take this one out. So Steven helps him find a supporter card and a basic energy card. I'm guessing he's probably looking for Hex Maniac if he can get it, if it's in his deck. A lot of people who play EX Pokemon don't think about Hex Maniac, but it is such a useful card. You almost have to have it. The ability prevents all effects of attacks, including damage, done to Carbink. So, nothing happened. Let's see here. Let's get another basic out onto the bench. I'm going to attach right here. And use 100 damage. Cool. So one of the effects of that attack makes it so that it affects the defending Pokemon, and he does 20 less damage or 30 less damage. But since that didn't matter, I mean, that's fine if that's what you want to do. Totally cool. I want to draw some extra cards next turn. Ooh, 40, huh? That is scurry. Very scurry. Send him out. Attach an energy right there. Draw 2 extra cards. Meh, that's alright. Okay, so a forfeit from my opponent is probably the best thing to save us both some time. Can't be mad at him. I probably done the same thing. 25 coins. If I get another 25, I should be, well, if I get another 50, I should be good. Can't quite buy a Guardians Rising booster just yet, but I'd like to be able to do that by the end of the episode. Probably a good 2 more matches left over. We should be able to get that going. Zexion is calling the coin flip. Your turn. Uh-oh. Okay. This is not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. I need some energy cards in order to get Zygarde powered up. This Machop is probably going to have to get KO'd. I'm okay with that. I still don't have any cards, though. So I need to... Let's see if I can get any evolution cards out. 1. I really only did that so I could potentially take a card out of my deck that I don't need. So the odds of me getting a energy card are a lot better this time. This is a Golduck deck. This is a Golduck deck where it could potentially deal 120 damage every turn. This is it was a popular deck when the Sun and Moon expansion came out, and it's a very good deck. I think we're going to see a lot of a lot of situations where 120 damage is being dealt. Float stone, bursting balloon, confusion wave. We're both confused. I can't do anything. That drives me so crazy when I can't do anything. $120 damage is probably going to end the game right here. I literally can't do anything. Scratch, huh? Interesting. Oh my gosh. The worst part right now is that my opponent knows I can't do anything. That's the absolute worst thing. He should not have used N right here. That was probably the worst move because now I have a better hand, and now I probably have a better chance at making something happen. And especially if he's going to continue to use Scratch, just seems like a bad move. Drop this Carbink. Oh, nice. I still need a switch, which would be great right now. It did not happen, but I can still get it. So let's do that. Go ahead and get this KO real quick because I think it's about time. Something good happened. 90 HP. So he really should have gotten that KO in the first couple of turns because now that Golduck is gone. I'm not sure if maybe he couldn't get the KO. Maybe there was no energy in his hand, but this deck typically runs a lot of energy, so there's really no reason for not having energy in his hand. I really don't know what happened there. The Teammates is a good card to grab any 2 cards from your deck after you get KO'd. In fact, I might replace that card, Talonflame, with Teammates, because there are a lot of situations in this game where I need to go ahead and let something get KO'd. I'm gonna go ahead and attack. I thought that was gonna happen, but that's fine because I'm working on another Zygarde, so that's kind of why I took that chance. Right now, he's probably gonna KO me. So that's kind of bad. Didn't grab anything. No energy. How many energies are in this deck? None? There's 2 in the discard pile right now. There's 1 right here. Starmie will let him get more energy into his hand, so we got to be careful there. So here we go with the steamroll. My opponent's going to go ahead and plow right through me. Oof, this is going to be really tough. I don't know what's going to happen. A well-placed Lysander will take out that Zygarde quick, and my opponent has options to get any card they need in their hand. I'm not in good shape right now. This is the opposite of what good is. This is not good. It's actually a really good strategy. I've seen this come out before. There goes Zygarde. He's dead. So dead. I guess we'll try to get Carbink out there now and just let him kind of take out these Pokemon. Maybe hope that I can get Machamp powered up. I don't think that's going to be a likely scenario, but we'll see. So maybe that one. I'm basically going to let him just kill a bunch of stuff. It would have been so great to have another a Carbink break. That would be so perfect, but it didn't quite work out. So another 120 damage right here. I don't even think there are any more fighting Pokemon in my deck. I think it's just all trainer cards and energy cards at this point. So here goes the Machamp being KO'd. Super cool for that. I mean, well played. Good job on this deck. It's a very good deck. I feel like it is kind of a cookie cutter deck, which is totally fine. I'd love to have this deck and play it. I'd probably win a lot more often, but I probably could make this deck, actually. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll see if I can make it for next month's deck of the month. Or a variation of it if I don't have all the cards. It was fun while it lasted. That's all I can say. Sure. I don't have any energy cards, so it doesn't really matter. Let my opponent just go ahead and take care of the rest of this situation. I'm pretty sure I have all these cards. I don't think it'd be a problem for me to make this deck. I'm pretty sure I can. And I want to. So stay tuned for next month where I actually use my first cookie cutter deck and just get win after win after win. And the KO. There's a potential here that I could get. Well, it's not going to happen now, but there is a potential here that I could get a couple of cards that I needed. It's not going to happen because I would need Carbink Break and I need energy cards also, and I can't get both right now. So, I mean, maybe I can get some energy cards attached. Maybe that'll start something good here. I don't think it will, but maybe. It's a last resort. It's really just a desperation move to hang in there for a little bit longer, which is kind of a jerk move, but it could mean the difference between victory and defeat. So let's see how it goes. Of course, it won't be. It won't be a victory. I know that. And here is the KO. And last resort right here. This is it. It's do or die. Cool. Nothing, not what I needed at all. That's fine though. I mean, it would have been good to have like a sycamore right there. Would be perfect. I could discard everything and maybe potentially get some stuff back, but that wasn't going to happen. This will probably be the last match of the day though, so I'm going to go ahead and open up a pack of cards that I have in my collection as of right now. But this deck is interesting because it doesn't use a whole lot of like super rare Pokemon. It uses cards that are kind of common. They're actually cards that are out there that are easy to get a hold of, and you know, it's not packed full of GX Pokemon with full art and stuff like that. It really is just commons and uncommons and rares. So anyway, let's go ahead and go to the collection and open up another pack of cards here. I'm not able to get the Guardians Rising, which is kind of unfortunate, but I think I have some other packs we can open up. Let's see, maybe something good will come out of it. Let's go with Fates Collide. I have one left of that one. Let's open this up first, see what we get. Could be anything. I hate these things. It's just a fairy garden and 5 coins. Maybe I can get some extra coins here. I think it's only 5 coins like every time. I'm going to open up a few of these. Pokeball, 10 coins. Let's open up 2 more. Let's see what we get. 10 coins and a Duosian. 1 more. Oh, 5. I may as well open 1 more. I'm going to get 5 coins from it. Spinda. 5 coins and a Lola Persian. Cool. Well, now I can buy that deck, that pack of cards anyways. Let's go ahead and go buy the pack of Guardians Rising. Pretty glad that I was able to make that work, so that's at least something good that came out of the episode. I did win 1 match out of 3, which is it's not terrible, but it's not my best work. So this deck does need some work. It does need to have some changes made to it. I think I'm going to go ahead and make some changes tonight. Tomorrow's episode is going to be a special tournament edition, Friday night tournament, so stay tuned for that. Hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you've not already done so. I do videos every Monday through Friday on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. And let's see what we got here. Whoa! That's what's up. So we've got Tortinator GX, 190 HP, Shell Trap for 20 damage. During your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, put 8 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. Bright Flame for 160, discard 2 fire energy attached to this Pokemon. And Nitro Tank GX, attach 5 fire energy cards from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way that you'd like. So that also does not specify special energy. It doesn't specify 5 basic fire energy. So you can, if you have the burning energy, and 2 of those attached to Tortinator, not only can you get 160 damage each turn, but even if your opponent decides they want to discard those burning energy, you can get them back. So with Nitro Tank GX, there's some interesting strategies there, and especially if you have to discard some other cards too. So I'm going to try to use this card next month, I think. But we'll see how that goes. Anyway, Aqua Patch lets you attach a water energy from your discard pile to one of your benched water Pokemon. We've got Glalie with 120 HP, Crunch for 40 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. And Raging Flow for 70 damage plus 80 more damage if this Pokemon has any damage counters on it already. Komala with 80 HP, Comatose as long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon. Whenever you attach energy from it to your hand, or from your hand to it, it is now asleep. And Hypno Roll for 100 damage, the attack can be used if this Pokemon is asleep. If it is not asleep, it does nothing. Rescue Stretcher, put a Pokemon from your discard pile into your hand, or shuffle 3 Pokemon from your discard pile into your deck. Carvanha, bite for 10 damage and 50 HP on that one. Stuffle with 70 HP, tackle for 10 and hammer in for 60 damage. Sandshrew with 60 HP, defense curl, flip a coin, if heads, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks during your opponent's next turn. And Ice Ball for 30. Tailo, 60 HP, reckless charge for 20 damage, also does 10 damage to itself. Tentacool with 60 HP, Sludge Shock for 10 damage. The defending Pokemon cannot be healed during your opponent's next turn. And finally, we've got a Steel-type energy for my Steel-type energy needs. Well, thanks again, folks, for tuning in today. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. I'll be back tomorrow with another exciting episode of Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. And you can catch me on my Twitch channel down here, l3layze, for some extra cool Animal Crossing, Legend of Zelda, Mario Kart, and Nintendo streaming. Until next time, folks, I will catch you on the flippity flip.